Okay, we're going to talk about this revolver here today. What this is, it's a Smith Wesson 625-8. It's a 45 ACP revolver. It's built on a large frame or end frame and 4-inch barrel, and it's got a Hogue grips on it. I've had this for a little while, maybe 2 years. It's been a come and go on the whether I like this or not. I'm starting to grow onto it, but I've had some issues with it, and we'll discuss that here in a little bit. All right, the way that this revolver is loaded, it uses moon clips like that, Here's a one loaded. Okay, here you go. And when these first came out back in the World War I, when they pressed these into service, the regular model 1917, I think it was, they used half moon clips. They would hold 3 rounds. Pretty much now everybody uses a full moon. It makes for reloading these quite quick. Now I'm going to use this is a dummy, no primers. They load in there. When you're done, the way this is different from other revolvers with that don't use the moon clips. Most revolvers you can reload with speed loaders. This is from our 357. It's for a rimmed cartridge. You'd put those in, take that off, and then you come away with the empty speed loader. You drop that or whatever, and those are in the cylinders. With these moon clips, like I said, it just drops in there, close it, and you're ready to go, which makes for very quick reloads. And that's why if you shoot this in IDPA competitions, you shoot in a separate category from other revolvers that load with speed loaders. You shoot in what's called enhanced service revolver, whereas 38 357s and stuff like that are going to be shooting in stock service revolvers. One of the things about this with the moon clips, you have to get, well, I have a number of these moon clips. You can have them loaded up ahead of time, but then when you go to get the empties out, where's some empties? Here's some empties. You can get them out, but they come out and they go in kind of easy. Rather than do it that way, get a tool like this. This is a demooner. Move this out of the way, and you can take the brass out quite effectively and quickly with this. And then you can push the new loaded rounds back in it. I said that I had a tenuous relationship with this revolver. That's because I've had some problems with it not always firing. And from what I find now in forums and otherwhere is sometimes they don't always go bang when you pull the trigger. This is an example of ones that did not go off. We had some light primer strikes, and that's just a byproduct of the way this is made with the moon clips, I think, because of the distance it has to reach through the frame. Now this is a later model. See, the firing pin is not on the hammer like the old Smith & Wessons, but actually it's down inside the frame. I guess that's can be a contributing factor. What I did, I was told by a buddy at a match that there's an extended firing pin that I bought from Brownells. Actually replaced it. It's just a touch longer than the factory. And he said I had been using reloads primers. I'd been using CCI. They're kind of a hard primer, and he suggested to go with Federal primers. That's what I've done. So in conjunction with the long firing pin, extended firing pin, and Federal primers, she's running 100% again, which is good. Because every time I've shot this in a match, whoops, what I had problems with is not always firing. It happened a couple times in a match, and that really ruins your score when you have some failure to fires. And we're working on that. So I'm rebuilding my confidence in this pistol a little bit at a time. This year I'm going to shoot it in some more matches and we'll see how things go. Hopefully it goes much better. Now, because it's built on a end frame, it's a big gun. That's their large frame. Smith Wesson has a larger one now for their 500 Smiths and whatever else they're selling. But this was the largest frame they made for many, many years. So it takes a fairly substantial holster. It's not something I would really want to carry around much. That's why I primarily use it for competitions. It's heavy too. Put it on the scale. It's coming in about 2 3/4 pounds. So it makes it kind of substantial, but that makes for shooting it with 45 ACP kind of mild, because it is heavy. It soaks up some of that recoil, or let's not soaks it up, diminishes what you're feeling. Pretty good trigger, double action only. I shoot, I think I measured it with a trigger pull gauge. Alright, looking back at my notes, trigger pulls on the 625, looks like it came in between 10.5 and 11.5 pounds, double action, single action 4.4 ounces. Of course, most of my shooting is done double action when I shoot it competitively. Less than my 629, but nowhere near what my 686 is. That's a nice double action pull on that one, but that's for another video. I shoot it fairly well. I'm going to include some shooting videos here, either interspersed, you may have seen some already, or here at the end. We'll see how it comes out in the editing process. Nice pistol, I enjoy it, and it's a nice transition or change from shooting my Glock in IDPA, and it's a lot of fun. Alright, thanks for watching.
Gas prices drive inflation and arguments. The Obama administration maintains there is no quick fix.
You can count your rounds better, John.
Treasury Secretary Timothy Geithner.